Hey, get money all day, get money all night. Sip my drink, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Roll one up, let's catch this flight. Pour another cup, ho, let's get right. Getting paid, I'm getting paid. Hey, it's your boy Tight. Can't say the Tight without the 1205. Know I'm talking about. But you tuning in with Ray Ray's podcast. Kicking my boy Ray, the toxic mommy Victoria, and my dog G-Ray. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Welcome back, everybody. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. Blessed to be alive. Blessed to see another day. Thank y'all for tuning in and rocking with us again. Been a crazy week, man. Full week full of recordings and so much other good stuff. The Eternals made it to Disney Plus. I've tried to watch that movie 2 times and I keep falling asleep. I don't know if my attention span is not there or what's going on with that, but hopefully I'll get that figured out. But I think it's because I've been trying to watch it at nighttime after I've had a long day, and I'm just like, all right, my attention just isn't there at all. But I'm gonna give it another shot.
No, it's not a good movie. Don't waste your time.
Huh? I just have to watch it all the way through because it's a Marvel movie. I have to. I can't just not watch it. So I'm gonna give it another shot. But it just when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this thing is 2 hours and almost 40 minutes long. Oh, all right, let's see what we got here. But some of those movies that are like 3 hours, they really don't seem like they're 3 hours. But like that, was it Dawn of Justice? Yeah, that felt like 3 hours like watching it. Yeah. But the Snyder cut of Justice Leagues, that didn't feel like 4 hours.
It didn't.
I was like, can we get some more of this? Like, I want some more. It was like really, really well. But yeah, that was that, man. Hope everyone's had a great week so far. And I hope they do have a great week if you're listening to it at the beginning of the week. We got a good show planned for y'all today. We'll get to today's guest here momentarily. I've got to thank all of our sponsors out there, all of our listeners. Continue go to rayrayspodcast.com. Continue finding us on YouTube. It is very important that you like, subscribe, because that helps us, get a broader audience. Because if you like us, why don't you share us with other people so some other people can like us as well too. So go stream us on all the different services. Spotify now has where you can go rate and leave a review now. Please go do that. That would mean the world to us. Please, please, please. Thank you. So what's been going on with you, Ray?
Bro, this weather. For those of you that aren't in Dallas is known as there's a saying in Dallas: if you don't like the weather, then just wait two hours or something like that. I forgot. But last night, the weather dropped like 40 degrees, and I was out and about working, and it felt like there's so much pressure. It felt like I was on an airplane for like 2 hours. It was just ascending. But yeah, the weather is crazy.
Yeah, what they say, it's like a bipolar woman. That's Texas weather. It's like a bipolar woman. Well, someone bipolar in general. I don't want to discriminate her.
Canceled.
I don't want to get someone get mad at me. I'm like, no, I'm not saying anything wrong. But yeah, awesome, man. I'm looking forward to today's show. Pretty soon, also, I don't know if you see, we've been rocking the hoodies and T-shirts and stuff. We got these coming soon, so pay close attention. We'll let you know when those are available. All right, so let's get to today's guest. All right. So this gentleman we have with us today, man, he's a very esteemed writer. A lot of his work has appeared in Variety magazine, MTV News, Dallas Observer, and so many other places. So right now, I want you to give a warm Ray Ray's podcast, Mr. Alex Gonzalez in the building. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Hey, how you doing?
I'm well. How are y'all?
Yeah, see, all the people love you. How they love you. Can't get enough of you, man. They can't get enough of you. You have a easy time finding the building today?
Yeah, it was fairly easy. I mean, it's very close to the Dallas Observer office, so I've been in this area a few times.
Yeah. So a lot of people have hard time trying to find us, or parking. That's one of the biggest things a lot of people deal with trying to get here. So Glad you found it all right. Glad you're on the show today, man. Looking forward to talking with you, man.
Yeah, my Google Maps was fucking up this morning, and I was like, "Oh my God, where's this building?" And then I saw the building, and I'm like, "Oh, I pass by this place all the time."
But the first time I tried to find this building, I was like, "What? Where is this place? You keep telling me it's right here. There's like 3 buildings to my right." I was just so frustrated. But you know what I think is funny about Google Maps now? They tell you when there's like speed traps now.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "Speed trap ahead." I'm like, "Thank you, Google. I appreciate that." Because I'd be speeding. I'm like, "Oh, okay, thank you."
They're about to eat Waze up.
Yeah. But it's funny, like, how that stuff happens. Like, someone like Waze has, like, that particular feature. I guess that's something that's not copyrighted. So I'm like, oh, they got that feature. I guess we can add that feature, too. It's like, literally, Google is taking everything. Someone has made something. Google is taking it and adapted it and made it a little bit better. So shout out to Google. I appreciate you. But don't be giving out my credit card no more. So, man, what's been going on with you?
Not much. Just been keeping busy. You know, starting off 2022 very strong. I've got some exciting projects in the work. I can't really talk about them yet, but you'll see. We'll all see in time.
See. Okay. Speaking of start 2022 with the great start, we got to start the show off with our affirmations. The way we do this show is, we like to speak affirmations out to people and just let them know, they can have that positive vibe, get their swag on, feel good about themselves. So join us with this. We do these affirmations real quick. Give us just like a couple seconds. Here we go. We get the music going here. Gotta set the mood here, All right. So everyone out there, you know what time it is. You're feeling kind of down. Things have been kind of shaky for you. This is right here. This is dedicated to you to let you know, you're going to get through any situation you're going through right now. So remember, in case no one told you today, you're beautiful, you're loved, you're needed, you're alive for a reason, you're stronger than you think, you're going to get through this. We're glad you're alive. Don't give up. So if those words mean anything to you, share those words with other people. Let them, know that they're loved, they are needed, and they can get through anything. Because you're stronger when you're connected to someone. When someone is helping you out, you can get through anything. When people out there, they feel like they have no one, you got to reach out to people. Let people know, hey, you are cared about, you are loved. Because you never know what that means to someone. So that's that for today. Sorry I had to be the preacher, y'all. But hey, y'all know how I believe about those. I'm very passionate about that.
I really do appreciate you doing that every episode, man. Like, that's what we need. Speaking those affirmations, and that's one thing that we're strong on. So,
man, I don't know what it is. After I say that to myself, like I feel better. I feel like, all right, let's go climb a mountain. Well, not that much, but let's go do something, get some productive done. All right. So, Mr. Alex, we got this little segment on the show. It's called. Here we go. It's called.
Slow down. I just wanna get to know you.
Slow down.
It's been a minute since I heard that song. Bobby V, where you been?
Yeah. Well, he was actually here at Sidebar or something like a week or two ago. I think you ran into him. Yeah. I was like, I kind of use yourself on my show. All right. So this is kind of a part of the show where we kind of ask you some quick, kind of random rapid fire questions. Just, we don't know where we're going to go with them. We're just going to go with them. Then after that, we're going to really dive in and get to know you really deep, okay?
Okay.
So tell it is again who you are, what it is that you do, and where people can find you on social media.
All right. Well, my name is Alex Gonzalez. I am an art and culture journalist, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AlexGWriter, WRITER, all one word.
Okay. So y'all can know where you can find the man. Go look this man up. So, question for you. What makes you feel like your best self?
What makes me feel like my best self? I mean, I know that I'm really good at writing. I know that's like my God-given talent, but doing physical stuff like working out, going on hikes or going to like the nature trail and walking really far distances, doing like physical labor helps me, feel like my best self, manifesting something physically.
I like that. That's a great answer.
Nice. This guy knows I can't write. I am the most. I can't. I'm so sorry.
Gosh.
I'm the worst writer.
You know, people often ask me, you know, how did I get into writing? And I'm always like, well, I was shit at math and science.
Process of elimination.
No, man.
It all worked out for me. It all worked out for
Yeah,
me.
that's awesome. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, like it was literally, I have to like, I'm like, bro.
Bro, there's stuff
spelled this right, so
everything I
wrong.
have to get proofread and everything. I'm sorry. Yo.
There's sometimes I'm like, I didn't catch it. Like, oh, that's the way he can mess this up. I'm like, damn it. Yeah. All right. So, you know how we started off the show with the affirmations. Is there an affirmation or something that you believe in, or something you speak to yourself, or what is something that inspires you?
I don't know. I always like to set my intentions for the day with God or, you know, whatever higher power is up there. You know, I always like to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to accomplish. And, you know, even if I don't accomplish it, I know that I'm going to be okay.
Okay.
And what's meant to be will be.
Facts. I like that. I facts it. Okay. So, since you are a writer, I'm guessing you like to read as well, too.
I do.
Some of your favorite books and some of your favorite authors.
I recently read To Shake the Sleeping Self by Jedediah Jenkins. It's a memoir about this dude who bikes from Portland to California, and it's really good. It's like a journey to self-realization, actualization. And, you know, I also like Desus and Mero's book, God Level Knowledge Starts. It's filled with, like, useful life information. I like memoirs that are like by people who aren't famous. You know, I know I said Desus and Mero, but they are pretty famous. But, you know, like I like personal accounts because, you know, famous people are interesting people, but there are people around you in your everyday life that are equally as interesting.
Everyone's got a story.
Everyone has a story.
Right. Yeah.
So, I noticed the hat. You got the Oak Cliff hat on, all right? Or is it you're from Oak Cliff, or where are you from?
No, I'm from Dallas originally, but I love Bishop Arts. I love the Oak Cliff area, and I got this at a little record store in Oak Cliff. So I always try to yes.
Nice. Yeah.
I always try to support local when I can. Whenever I buy vinyls, I always go to.
That's my next question. Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I just got into vinyl. Well, for the last couple of years ago, it was really dope. So I was exactly about to ask you. I was like, oh, you're at a record store, you vinyl? Yeah, so awesome. What's your most recent vinyl record you bought?
I bought the Adele album 30 on vinyl.
So what are vinyls going for? Like, I think new release vinyls were like $30. I'm gonna say like $30 a pop.
That one was like $35.
Yeah. Because I know you go to Target and try to buy vinyl. It's about $28, $30 a vinyl. I went to the store, movie trading company, and they sell them for about like $25. So I've been able to kind of update my little vinyl collection. So I love seeing some of the newer artists on vinyl, like guys like Givion. Like getting him on vinyl, I think that's really cool because I like that soulful R&B. Guys like Leon Bridges, being able to buy them on vinyl is just like the most amazing thing possible. All right. Do you have a favorite album you like to listen to on vinyl?
I'm trying to think. I really like Kid Cudi, Man on the Moon. It just sounds very smooth on vinyl.
You like that? I love that. Like when you first put the needle down, that little crackling. I don't know, something about that. Just kind of like, all right, it's about to set the mood in this bad boy. Okay. All right. So, what is the best advice you would give to your younger self?
The best advice I would give to my younger self. I'd say don't waste time or money trying to appear cool, trying to appear like something you're not, and just be yourself, and the right people will gravitate toward you, and those people who are not meant for you, you know, won't gravitate toward you.
I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, what is your proudest accomplishment?
Last year, when I was published in Variety's Hitmakers issue, I profiled Givion, and that was really exciting. I had never been in print in a national publication before. I've done a number of local things, but to be recognized nationally, that was pretty awesome.
All right, let's give him a round of applause on that, man. That's awesome, man. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Serious. That's really dope. Man, his music is really dope. Like, I know a lot of people didn't get onto him until he was on Drake's Dark Lane demo tapes, but
Chicago Freestyle.
Yeah, Chicago Freestyle. I had found him like I want to say several months before that, maybe. And I was like, "Who is this guy? What is his voice like?" Like it's just he has such a unique voice. Did you go see him in concert? When you see him?
No, because I think it was like around the time like of the pandemic when I had first discovered him. The first time I heard him was like on an episode of Insecure. It was the song "World We Created," and I was like, "Oh, this guy's pretty dope."
Yeah. I think Heartbreaker Anniversary is probably one of my favorite ones by him. The one he did with Snow Allegra. What is that song? It's escaping me right now. But yeah, he has a lot of great work. If y'all haven't listened to his music, I suggest you go check out his music, okay? Is there anything you would change about yourself?
Anything I would change about myself?
Yeah.
I feel like I've spent a lot of time in life, pondering certain outcomes. Like, what if I had chosen to do this instead of that? Or what if I had gone this route instead of that route? Or whatever. But I think for 2022, I want to learn to be more content in the moment, content with that some choices are final, and, just be happy with the life I'm living now.
So you hear that, people? Live your life. Don't worry about things that you can't control. Just live in your own shoes day to day. All right, man. So well, let's dive into it a little bit deeper, all right? So let's start with how you got started into writing. Take us to the beginning.
All right, well, I went to UNT and I majored in marketing and psychology, and marketing kind of went hand in hand with PR. I did some internships at a couple PR and advertising agencies in Dallas, and PR goes hand in hand with journalism. So I started blogging in about 2015, 2016, and then I used like those samples to break into the writing world in Dallas with Dallas Observer and Plano Profile and other local things, and it just kind of took off from there.
What was your first like real published piece?
I'm trying to think back. I think it was 2016. It was for Blitz Weekly. I don't think that newspaper is around anymore, but it was about like a sandwich shop opening in Plano. Okay. And, it was a really good way to break out, and I'm thankful for that opportunity.
Do you remember what sandwich shop it was?
It's no longer open anymore. I think it was called like Herberts and Gerberts. They had just opened in Plano.
That sounds familiar.
I don't know. I think I've heard of them. I'm not 100% sure. It kind of sounds familiar. I'm like, familiar. I was hoping you were going to say Easthampton.
Oh, that place is really good.
Yeah. The one at the Shops of Legacy isn't there anymore, which is sad, because that's the one I used to go to like all the time. Like they had like these chips they were served versus like fries. It was actually pretty
like
good.
those little banana chips, I think they were.
Yeah,
those were pretty good. I like those.
Are you a freelance? Are you full-time somewhere?
I'm freelance. I would like to be full-time somewhere eventually, but I'm enjoying it for now. I'm enjoying being a little prolific, getting my name out there across various outlets, seeing what I like about them, seeing what I don't, seeing what works for me. I'm happy right now. I'm good with where I am right now.
And has there been like a particular like newspaper or magazine that you've written for more than others?
Dallas Observer is probably my mainstay right now, and I'm happy. I like the local art scene a lot. I like meeting with local artists, or talking with artists who were originally from Dallas and kind of blew up.
Okay.
I think Dallas has a lot of undiscovered talent, and I think we're slowly but surely on the up and up.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like in all aspects of everything, Dallas is like on the rise. This is a top place for businesses to come to. Great place for family, sports. It's pretty decent here. Go Cowboys. Sorry here. Slowly but surely, also music, man. We've had a lot of people come out of Dallas, and a lot of people. Did you know Usher was born in Dallas?
I did not know that.
Yes.
Yeah, Usher was actually born in Dallas.
I know Sierra was born in Austin, and that was pretty cool.
So there's a lot of people and a lot of talent that comes from Dallas and Texas in general. It's just like we're like a factory of harboring talent, okay? So you said you sat down and talked with a lot of artists. What are some of the top 5 artists you were able to write about and interview?
Givion was really cool just because, we're similar age ranges, and it was nice, like, hearing the story of how Heartbreak Anniversary was created and what inspired that. Let's see what else. Taylor Parks from Dallas. She's a really cool girl. She's written for Ariana Grande, Dua Lipa, Normani, and she released an album last year, like of her own accord.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm trying to think who else. Locally, I like Rafa. He's like a Latin trap artist. He's really good. Nate God had a really big viral moment last year. Take a shot and make a TikTok.
That's my guy.
Yeah,
Shut
yeah.
up, Nate. I just
He's-
texted
he's
him last
not
week.
lying. Yeah.
I run into him at least maybe once a month. He'll be back. Him and Britt are coming back here. We're gonna do some stuff with them. Yeah, that's my guy. He was on the show. It's been like a year now since he's been on. That was a really fun episode. All right. So you said Nate God. Who else you got? For me?
I think for my fifth one, I didn't get to talk to Uncle Skits before he died, but I wrote something about his posthumous album, and I talked to Matt Wynn. He's a big producer in Dallas, and he just articulated what his friendship with Skits meant, and what it was like working on the album. He articulated it so beautifully, and I think Matt is a very skilled producer.
Man, that's awesome. Man. It's just when you can really tell that genuine feeling when you're talking to someone. I mean, I think that's some of the best feelings. You're like, oh wow, this person is really, really, really passionate about what they're talking about. Perfect example. I did a one-on-one with this artist. His name is Ice Jizzle, and talking to him, it was just wow. I was just really surprised talking to him. You know how people look like they have that hard exterior on the outside, but when you really start to get to talk to them, oh wow, man, that's some deep stuff, really deep stuff. So I love that. I love that connection, just talking with people, because I feel like as a people in whole, we've kind of gotten away from just sitting down and just let's talk this through. Everything is text message, social media this, social media that. Let's sit down and talk. I feel like a lot of relationships and a lot of relationships in general will be salvaged if you just all right, let's actually just communicate this.
Just talk. Yes.
Let's just talk. Let's become. I like it when someone is vulnerable. When we both can get vulnerable and we can sit there and just all right, let's hash this out. All right, I think it's the best feeling.
And I think that's why a lot of relationships fall out, because people don't want to communicate, and I think pride can be the devil sometimes, because a lot of people care more about being right than actually being there for people.
Man, you hit the nail right on the head. It's I ask you what's wrong with you, but you don't want to say. You say nothing.
Don't even get me started on that.
What is your process like when you're writing these pieces, you're interviewing them? What's your process like?
Well, I never want to show up to an interview looking clueless, so I always just, if it's I'm interviewing an artist, if I'm profiling an artist, I do research beforehand. I try to do a good amount of research beforehand, and then formulate questions based off of what I've learned, formulate questions based on what the fans want to know as well. And then there's the process of actually doing the interview, and then, writing it down, paraphrasing the quotes, picking the best quotes out, because I'm trying to learn not to make the pieces rely on quotes from the other artists and try to make it in my own voice.
Okay. So, pick it up. Okay, I know he said this, and this. I think this will be a highlight that for you, okay? So, how long do you normally interview someone when you're sitting down with them? How long does that normally take?
It really depends. Sometimes it can take 20, 30 minutes. Other times it can take an hour or two. I think the longest I ever spent was 3 hours.
Okay. Has there ever been a scenario where you followed somebody around, just okay, let me kind of see how you do, how you're in your element, how you see these behind the music stories and stuff like that, how they follow the artist for a day or something like that. Has it ever been a scenario, something like that ever?
No, because I feel like my career started taking off right when the pandemic was happening. So most of the stuff has been on Zoom or on FaceTime. I have done set visits for indie films in the local scene, but no. But I would really love to follow an artist for a day, see what a day in the life is like. Hopefully when the pandemic slows down a little bit.
Yeah. It's just it hasn't quite slowed down yet. So people, if you're out there, still be careful. It's still out there. Just take precautions. make sure you stay safe. I know you want to go out there, have fun at concerts and things of that nature. Just make sure you're being aware of your surroundings and taking care of yourself, so we can all get through this as fast as possible. Okay, so you said you want to eventually follow an artist for the day, after the pandemic, okay? Who were some of your top 5 dream interviewees? I guess, is that the right word?
Interviewees.
Yeah, who are your top 5 people you would love to interview?
I'd love to follow like Beyonce around for a day just because she's so private. She's very, selective about what she shares. So I just kind of want to see what a day in her life is like. Probably Kid Cudi, just because he can sing, he can rap, he can act, and he does so many things so well. Gosh, who else? Bad Bunny, just because I really like his style. And, he's like one of the reasons we're having this renaissance in Latin music right now. And it's awesome. It's awesome. Let's see. Who else? Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Just because I know we're both from Texas, and I want to see what Houston is like compared to Dallas.
Okay.
Let's see for the 5th one. Maybe Ariana Grande, just because she seems really nice.
Man, yeah. I know it's gonna sound weird, but like, it's like dudes are not supposed to listen to certain music or whatever. She's got some good songs.
She
Like,
does.
I gotta
She
give
really
it to her.
does.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, when she dropped that 7 Rings, I was like, okay, that was my jam for a minute.
My guilty pleasure is Dua Lipa. Like, I just, whatever, anything she puts out is a hit to me, and I'm just like, I'm the one dancing to it. And I shouldn't be.
Hey, you can't help what you like. You like what you like. That's what I tell people. You like what you like. Like, people wouldn't even know. Like, I like country music. Not this new stuff though. I'm talking about like 90s, 80s, like 2000s, early. I like some nice country music.
I love me some Brooks and Dunn.
That's exactly what I got here.
Yes.
I got to show you a video. We had a gentleman. Shout out Trey. Trey Rose. He was on The Voice. Our friend Victoria, who's on the show, she pops in and out periodically. She loves Brooks and Dunn, so he dedicated Neon Moon to her. He did a cover, and I'll show you the video. It's really awesome. It'll actually be on one of our episodes that's already out. Go back and look at that video. It's one we did with Victoria. It's called Welcome Back. Go look at that video on there, people, if you're after watching this. But yeah, I'll show that to you here shortly, okay?
And but back on what you said about country music, how you like 90s, 2000s stuff. But I think country music is in a good place now. I think it's more diverse than it's ever been. There's a lot of queer country music stars. There's black country music stars like Mickey Guyton, Kane Brown.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds a little more poppy than country these days, but I think it's in a good place. I think it's in a really
And like I said, I'm not trying to diss it. I just grew up on that old school kind of like that. I don't want to say old school, just that I guess that prime era, I guess, of country. It's like, oh man, you had so many mega stars come out from that era. It's what I've always been used to. But hey, if you do it and you're loving it, man, keep doing it. And no matter if someone says they don't like it, keep doing it. Man, one of my favorite songs is not Brooks and Dunn, but Josh Turner.
Baby, lock them doors and turn them lights down low.
Everyone's gotta love that song. Play some music that's soft and slow. That's like, man, that song's like almost 20 years old, and it's just still like I can hear it today, and I'm like, hey, it just turns me on. Well, not turn me on, but like, you know what I'm trying to say. Man, all right. So, do you have a favorite country artist?
I mean, it's not usually my go-to genre, but I enjoy the music. But I do like Brooks and Dunn, Reba, Toby Keith, Josh Turner. And I like that Kane Brown song that came out last year. Sometimes it'd be like that. Mickey Guyton from Arlington, she released an album last year. That one's really good.
Oh,
too.
I didn't know she was from Arlington.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That shows. See, Dallas Fort Worth, man. There's a lot of star power.
So it sounds like you're a really big fan of music. Now, what's the last concert you've been to?
The last concert I went to Blast over at the House of Blues.
Okay. When was this? I'm assuming before the pandemic.
No, it was
little bit after?
Yeah, it was like last year. Like I had gotten tickets, and I had heard Blast music on the radio. He has that song Chosen with Tyga and Ty Dolla $ign, and I had heard his music on the radio, and I'm like, okay, cool. He seems like a cool dude, and it was a really fun concert. But you know, the thing with the streaming era, you know, a lot of these songs are like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That way, they can kind of like pull in those quick streams and maybe get up on the charts. So the concert lasted a total of like 45 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't think I was in that venue for more than an hour.
Yeah. That's funny. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the last concert that we actually went to with him. We went to see Wale.
Wale.
Yeah.
That was a pretty fun concert.
Yeah, I gotta go see him again next month. He's gonna be at the House of Blues. His new album I thought was just phenomenal. What is your go-to genre of music?
I like Latin. I like hip hop. I like indie. I think those are like my three
Your three.
go-to.
Okay.
I've been also listening to a little bit more psychedelic stuff like Tame Impala, Glass Animals.
Okay. Yeah, it's just really over the last, I want to say like 4, 5, 6 years, how that Latin music has just bursted. You know, some of our friends are playing skills. Shout out Play,
I
shout out
love playing
skills.
skills.
Yeah, you gotta check out our episode we did with Play. That man, that was an amazing episode.
I actually interviewed Play for an article I did last year with Big Tuck and Taylor Crumpton. And
Okay.
Yeah, they're both like really cool people.
Yeah, and they're really easy people to talk to. Like you didn't think, you know, a lot of people, you know, people don't know, like they've got some big hits
They do.
underneath their belts, and they are some of the most humble and easy approachable people. Like you go up to them and say, hey, you know, they will, hey man, thank you so much. That means a lot, and that's awesome because you see a lot of people that are in that position are like, all right, cool, whatever, I'm out of here, but they'll take the time and talk to you. So shout out Play. Pretty sure I'll see you soon. Okay, so someone is listening to this interview and they're an aspiring writer and they want to get published or they want to learn how to get published. What would kind of advice do you want them to take away from this episode?
I definitely think you shouldn't discount your local newspapers or your local outlets because there's a lot of cool things going on in your city. There's a lot of cool things going on in Dallas too. So just start like within your own backyard and just kind of work your way up from there. I mean, you know, sure. I mean, a lot of us want to, you know, be published in Billboard or Variety or MTV right out the gate, but you need to build a credible resume first, you know, before you make it a career.
You gotta pay your dues.
Pay your dues. Okay. So, tell the people again where they can find you at on social media and, you know, all platforms there.
All right, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at AlexGWriter, all one word, WRITER.
Okay. And where is your latest article at right now?
I think my latest, I think I have something coming out with a Dallas Observer. You know, Rene Campos, he's working on that Carne Asada Fest.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm trying to profile a lot of the artists that will be there just because last year, I don't know if you went to the one last year, but
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
it was so much fun, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great turnout.
Yeah.
It was a great. I don't know. We walked in there and we were surprised.
And
It
it's
was-
just funny.
It was a great turnout.
It's funny you just mentioned Carne Asada. Stephanie, one of the ladies that put it on, she literally just texted me like probably like 30 minutes ago before we got started because I just put a profile of them. If you go back, we did an interview with them, Stephanie and Sonia, the girls that put it together.
Oh, Sonia Kilo?
Yeah, Sonia Kilo. She's been on our show actually about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, she's a cool girl. I've never met her in person, but I like her a lot.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
think she does a lot of
definitely
good stuff
meet
for
her.
our community.
Next time she's in the studio, I'll invite you up so you can meet her.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, because we're actually talking about getting them back because we want them to talk about the upcoming Carne Asada. They just released a couple of new artists who's going to be performing there. So and we got some stuff we're going to be featuring for them on our website. We kind of talked about. So also, we're going to be raffling off some tickets for Carne Asada on the show. So people, stay tuned. We may get you some free tickets to Carne Asada. So yeah, that's definitely going to be awesome. And I'll definitely keep you informed when they're back here in the studio.
Awesome.
Okay. Also, anyone you want to shout out before we sign off?
All right. Well, I want to shout out Rene Campos for featuring me on his podcast earlier this week, and you know, for doing what you do for the Latinx community and for local artists as well. Shout out Taylor Crumpton, front row editor at D Magazine. I know you're recovering from COVID right now, but thank you for the work you do for local artists as well. Jesse Pereira, thank you for Paradise and for highlighting local bars and local DJs and to everyone who's just doing good things in our community.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Ray, what you got for me, bro?
No, I just want to personally just thank you for coming and being so open and approachable. You know, a lot of people, they just leave you on red, but you replied in a very timely manner when I reached out to you. So I do thank you so much.
Of course. There's nothing I love more than talking. So I'm always down for a podcast.
Amazing. Yeah. But yeah, I just once again, and then hopefully, you know, we can come aboard anytime, you know, just reach out to us, or we can see you again in the future. So.
For sure.
Yeah, definitely. If we got any like really awesome artists that come in here, I was like, hey, we got this awesome artist. You want to kind of meet him? Kind of maybe something come out of it. You never know.
That'd be awesome.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, cool. Like, again, we appreciate you so much for coming on today, taking your time out to be with us. I know it's kind of cold outside, but thank you for fighting that and coming to deal with us. Also, shout out to the man Perry on. P, what up, P? Doing all right, man? Salute King. It's our photographer. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him on Instagram at p.mans_. Dude, guy's doing great work, man. He is doing great work. Hello Studios, thank y'all so much for providing this amazing space for us. Mama, I love you. POP holding it down, you know. But no, this is your boy Ray.
And Ray.
This has been another edition of Ray Ray's Podcast, man. Go to rayrayspodcast.com, youtube.com, Ray Ray's Podcast. Man, have a great day, everybody. All right, we're out.
Hey, get money all day.